do you really look for in terms of, second game back? The second unit's still missing Trez and Lou. What are you guys really looking for?
It's better play, honestly. We're so sloppy. 20 turnovers. I don't think we were very good on the glass. And we just had too many game plan mistakes for a team that had just went through 3 weeks of practice. Mistakes that shouldn't happen. So just better play.
Thanks. Move over to Andrew Gray.
Hey, Doc, on the lead up to this, you'd mentioned wanting to see a little bit more of the small lineup on what it could do. Jermichael played a lot of minutes at center. I think you guys were +8 with him at center.
Yeah.
What did you see from that sample size?
It's great, he's such a dimension. When we have him on the floor, you literally have 5 shooters on the floor at the same time. We like getting them in and out at different points, especially when the other team goes with a big 5 that is not going to come away from the basket. Then you bring Jermichael on the floor to pop to space the floor. It works out pretty well for us.
Thanks. Move over to Farbod.
Hey, Doc, last game, it seemed like a lot of the guys who arrived late to the bubble were the ones who were struggling a little bit. Did it seem like they're in better shape now, or do you think it was just an off game?
No, I don't think they're in better shape, after one game. We had so many guys out, and it was clear that guys that came late struggled, and more with their conditioning. And, when you're tired, you don't think as much either. And so a lot of those game plan mistakes came from those same guys. So it's going to take some time. We're going to be patient with it, but we're going to push them as well. We had a lot of foul trouble as well, especially with PG. So it forced our hand probably a little bit more than what we needed or wanted.
Thanks. Move over to Cameron.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I got a 2-part question here. After reviewing the game tape, I'm not sure what you call them, tape, film, video, from the other night, would you walk us through how you saw that final play transpire, and if that was the final shot that you were looking for? And then
no, it's just bad execution. I'm not going to walk you through it, but it was just bad execution on our part, which allowed them to guard us. No space, no timing, wrong place. Other than that, it was a terrific play.
Okay. And in previewing this game against the Pelicans, could you comment on Zion Williamson? If you would you give us a comparison on a skill set? And then what concerns you about him tonight?
Him, he's a freak, and, I forget the basketball up front. I just love his demeanor, his personality. He seems like one of those Piper type of kids that everybody wants to be with and play with. That's a unique quality, great quality to have on your team because you'll end up attracting more people to play with him. He's just very skilled. I think we get lost in his athleticism. Terrific passer, can handle the ball up the floor, and obviously he's a freak athlete.
Thanks. Move over to a question inside the bubble there from Joe Gordon.
I think they call him. So he played a couple minutes and then would sit out, a couple minutes, sit out. Does that make it harder to prepare for them when you don't really know what his minutes?
No. I mean, he's going to play. So when he comes in, you'll be ready. He's going to play. He's going to start. So you're going to have the right guys on him at that time. So I don't think. If he plays 30 minutes, you have to be prepared. If he plays 15, his minutes are impactful, and so you have to be ready for him when he's on the floor.
And then the other night against the Lakers, I saw you and Ty with some exasperation. It seemed like guys were missing calls and not kind of going where they're supposed to be. Was that a product of what you're talking about the other night of just nobody's here, so they've forgotten the plays from 4 months ago?
No, that's just no focus. We've had enough time to be able to execute simple defensive assignments, and we just didn't do it. And it happens. Happens to every team. It happened to us the other night. It won't be the last time, which means it probably won't be the last time we'll get exasperated. But when they do it right, at least gives us a chance to get it right. So we all saw it. Listen, it was game 1, so we have some building to do.
Great. We'll move over to Miriam. You can go ahead, Miriam.
Hey, Doc. As you've mentioned, life continues to happen outside the bubble, and I'm just wondering, with your guys have kind of come and gone, are you guys kind of like take whatever time you need, or do you communicate like a hope for if and when that they'll be back? How do you guys handle that?
Both. Some of the things are just human issues, Maren, that it's very difficult other than support. Give your guys support that are going through tough things. I think what the league has learned, the league has always run the league, and now they're trying to run teams as well because of the way they're doing the bubble, and the bubble's been fantastic. But they're also learning that there's a lot of life that's involved with each individual team, and I think the media is learning that too, because we're all in the same place, and so it's accented when a guy leaves the bubble or when he has personal problems a lot more, and that happens. We were just unfortunate that it happened to 3 guys at the same time. There's nothing you can do about that. So you just roll with it. And when they come back, and you hope they're ready.
We have a follow-up from Andrew Greif, and then we'll go to one in the bubble.
Just an availability checkup. Amir, you had to dig into his minutes the other night, and it said he was questionable last night. Will he play today or be available?
Yeah, I think he'll be available, but that'll be game time.
And then we'll go to Kyle inside the bubble there.
Hey, Doc. Just to follow up on Miriam's question, the NBA has talked a lot about mental health and required some resources here for that, sort of pertaining to what some of your guys have gone through. What's your confidence in that, and do you as a coach ever encourage guys to use that?
Yeah, I think it's the untapped resource in our league. Not only just players, but coaches too. I don't know why it's always been taboo, but it has been. And we have to do a better job of making it like a sprained ankle, where you get treatment just like you do if you injured your knee or something like that. I mean, we had 3, major things happen to our guys. And, my job then is forget the coaching part, just support. We have several therapists on staff. The league has a therapist here full time. And we should all seek it out. It shouldn't be something that we resist,
Great. We'll close out with Lisa Salters down there with you.
Well, Lisa.
Hey, so Montrez posted his grandma passed.
Yeah.
Have you talked to him? Is it too soon, or is it?
Yeah,
to get him back?
I've talked to him, and I don't know what is too soon or too late. You know what I mean, Lisa? It's been funny. From others, I get asked from inside, like, when is Trez coming back? And my answer has been the same: when he's ready. When he's ready, he'll come back. You can't play if you're not right mentally, and because of the emotional part of it. His grandmother's very tight with him. So all I told him is, I love him and take your time, and we'll be ready with open arms when you come.
Thank you, Doc.